Hello, and welcome to our lesson on developing the schedule part 2. This segment will continue to cover estimating resources. 3-point estimating, program evaluation and review technique, uses 3 estimates for each activity or task: optimistic, or best case scenario, pessimistic, or worst case scenario, and most likely. The weighted average of these estimates is then calculated to provide a more realistic prediction. Program evaluation and review technique is often used in uncertain, complex projects. The formula to calculate the duration is optimistic plus most likely plus pessimistic, all divided by 3. Program evaluation and review technique weighted average formula is optimistic time plus 4 multiplied by most likely time plus pessimistic time, all divided by 6. Example, 8 workdays plus 4 multiplied by 10 workdays plus 24 workdays equal 12 days, all divided by 6, where 8 equal optimistic time, 10 equal most likely time, 24 equal pessimistic time. Bottom-up estimating requires a detailed project breakdown into smaller tasks or work packages. Each task is then estimated individually, aggregating the estimates to determine the overall project duration and resources. This method is time-consuming, but tends to be more accurate. Some of the other commonly used estimation techniques are 1. Expert judgment. It involves seeking input from subject matter experts, experienced individuals, or consultants who can provide insights and opinions based on their expertise. This method is beneficial when there is limited historical data or when dealing with complex, specialized projects. 2. Reserve analysis. It involves adding contingency reserves to project estimates to account for uncertainties or risks. Contingency reserves can be time reserves, schedule contingency, or cost reserves, budget contingency, and are intended to cover unforeseen circumstances. 3. Vendor bid analysis. This applies when external vendors or contractors are involved in the project. The estimates are obtained by analyzing bids and proposals submitted by potential vendors, providing insight into market prices and potential project costs. 4. Delphi technique. It involves gathering input from a group of experts anonymously. The experts submit their estimates independently, and the facilitator summarizes the forecast to the group. The process is repeated until a consensus is reached, helping to reduce bias and influence. 5. Group decision-making techniques. Methods like brainstorming techniques involve group collaboration to generate and refine project estimates. These techniques leverage the collective knowledge and experience of the team. 6. Simulation. It uses computer-based models to simulate various scenarios and outcomes based on input parameters. Monte Carlo. Simulation is a common technique that provides a probabilistic view of project outcomes. Once resource and duration estimates are established for each project activity, it is essential to enter them in the activity list attributes with meticulous detail. This involves incorporating crucial information to enhance the project's management and execution. Firstly, the resource requirements should be documented, specifying both the types and quantities of resources needed for each activity. This comprehensive breakdown aids in efficient resource allocation, ensuring that the necessary tools, personnel, or materials are readily available when required. Secondly, the estimated durations for each activity must be clearly outlined. This includes specifying the duration of each task and providing documentation based on the estimate or the method employed for estimation. This transparency fosters accountability and is a reference point for future decision-making and adjustments. Depending on the thresholds defined in the schedule management plan, activity duration estimates may indicate the range of possible results. Range of results. For example, 3 weeks plus or minus 2 days, the activity will take at least 13 days and not more than 17. Another example would be a 15% probability of exceeding 3 weeks. The activity has a probability of 85% that it will take 3 weeks or less. Lastly, the responsible field should be updated with the person designated as the overall responsible party for each activity. This ensures clarity regarding accountability and streamlines communication channels. Assigning a responsible individual for each task promotes a sense of ownership, facilitating effective coordination and collaboration within the project team. Updating these attributes is pivotal in translating estimates into actionable plans, fostering transparency, accountability, and efficient project management. This is the end of this segment of our lesson. In the next segment, we shall discuss defining the critical path. This course is presented to you by South Europe College. Thank you for listening and see you in our next segment.